In today's video we're looking at the Leica CL digital camera and comparing autofocus lenses to manual focus lenses. Hello, welcome back. Matt Osborne from MrLeica.com. So today we're looking at the Leica CL and comparing autofocus Leica TL lenses, as they're called. I'll come on to that in a second, compared to using manual focus lenses such as the Summilux here with the adapter. I'll show you example images using manual focus lenses and autofocus lenses on the Leica CL, and also how to manually focus with the Leica CL camera. And then by the end of this video it might give you some idea of, after looking at the pictures, whether you think the photos from the autofocus lenses are better than the manual focus lens photos. So let's get started. Firstly, if you've not seen the review of the Leica CL, you may want to watch that first to gain an understanding of what the Leica CL camera is. I'll try and keep this video as short as possible. So in terms of autofocus lenses for the Leica CL, the autofocus lens that I own is called the Leica Elmarit 80mm f2.8 spherical. And lenses for the CL are called TL lenses because they're also used for the Leica TL camera system. It's worth noting that Leica CL lenses are Leica L mount, which is a different larger mount to Leica M mount lenses. I can show you. So here's a standard M mount lens and here is a L mount lens. You can see the difference. The L mount is a larger mount, meaning you can't mount L mount lenses onto a M mount camera. The Leica L mount is also shared with the Leica SL camera system, so TL lenses will fit on a Leica SL body. The only difference being the Leica CL is a crop sensor camera, so it's only going to work as like a crop sensor lens on a full frame camera, such as the Leica SL or Leica SL2. So the reason I bought the 18mm Elmarit lens for the Leica CL camera is because of the size. The size is just amazing. This 18mm pancake lens makes the Leica CL such a small setup. An 18mm with the 1.5 crop factor of the CL makes this a 28mm kind of walk around lens. So that is your walk around lens setup, and it is kind of like pocket size. I'll show you some photos. I've also had some experience testing the Leica Summicron-TL 23 f2 lens and the Leica Summilux-TL 35mm f1.4 lens. So here are some example images using the TL lenses on the Leica CL camera. Try to make a mental note of the image quality, and then in a second I'll show you some manual focus lens images and you can see if you can tell the difference. Okay, so that's autofocus. Autofocus does what it says on the tin. You half press the shutter, focus, recompose, take your shot. It's that kind of simple. Now if, like me, you use Leica M cameras, whether it's a Leica M film camera such as the Leica M3 or Leica M6, or perhaps a digital Leica M camera, say Leica M8, M9, M240, M10, things like that, you may have existing Leica M lenses which you would like to use on a Leica CL camera body. So if you want to mount Leica M lenses onto your Leica CL camera, you need the Leica M to L adapter. This is a 6-bit coded adapter, meaning that if you use 6-bit coded lenses, you'll get the EXIF data straight through onto your Leica CL images. So for manual focus lenses, the first thing you need is the adapter. And once the adapter is attached, you can then use any of your Leica M lenses. So probably one of the best lenses I own is the Leica Summilux 50mm f1.4. So there's the setup with the Leica CL and the Leica Summilux 50mm f1.4 lens attached. You can see it's a much larger setup than the lens we just looked at, which is the pancake Elmarit lens. But equally, almost all M lenses are going to be smaller than the Leica Summilux 35mm 1.4 lens designed for this system. So this is a Summilux 50 M mount. And then I'll show you again the photo here. That is the Leica Summilux 35mm 1.4 TL lens, autofocus lens for this camera. Now if you ask me what's my favourite manual focus lens for the Leica CL, I would have to say the Voigtlander 35mm f1.2 spherical version 2. Now this is quite a big heavy lens, similar size to the Summilux, but it's a 52mm thread, so it's a wider lens. Now the beauty about the Voigtlander Nocturne 35 1.2 is it focuses to 0.5 meters, as I may have mentioned in previous videos, and that lets me get super close with a 1.2 aperture and 35mm on the Leica CL 1.5 crop sensor gives me a 50mm f1.2 kind of equivalent focal length. So I'll just pop it on to show you. So there's the Leica CL with the 35 1.2 lens. This is my most used setup, I think, for portraits, and I really love the results. Now just quickly before I show you example photos, M mount lenses don't all need to be massive. So a good example of this, here's the Leica Elmarit 80mm f2.8 that we just looked at, Leica L mount, and here is a small M mount lens. This is a 21mm f4 Voigtlander scoper. I've done a review on this already, and I should do a review on this at some point. So as you can see, you can get small Leica M mount lenses. If you're interested in super small M mount lenses, check out my smallest Leica M mount lenses video. And if you already own that lens, once it is on the CL, again it gives you a really nice setup. So this M mount lens shows that you can have a small setup using an M mount lens on your Leica CL camera. So after using the Leica CL extensively for I think more than 2 years now, with almost always M mount lenses, I've got like a ginormous back catalogue on Flickr of example photos using the Leica CL and pretty much every Leica M mount lens that I own, whether it's made by Voigtlander or Leica or Zeiss or whoever. So if you want to find example images, just head over to Flickr, search Mr. Leica, and then look in my albums and you'll find example photos using the Leica CL with M mount lenses. I'll share a few examples here. So all these photos, as I say, I shot with manual focus lenses, M mount lenses on the Leica CL camera. I would say try to again take note of the rendering and the sharpness, and then perhaps rewind the video back to the autofocus lens photos and see if you can see a difference in image quality. So what do you think? Did you see a difference with the Leica M mount lens photos versus the TL lens photos or autofocus lens photos? One huge advantage of getting the Leica M to L adapter is it pretty much opens your world to all the Leica M mount lenses and also LTM lenses, Leica thread mount lenses. You need an adapter to convert LTM, Leica thread mount or screw mount, to Leica M mount to then fit it to your Leica CL, but that will give you even more lenses. I've got a whole new lens series coming for specifically screw mount lenses, so all that's in the pipeline still to come. Personally, I really enjoy the manual focus lenses on my Leica CL. I find manual focus lenses more involving and kind of is a bit more engaging. Autofocus lenses can be useful because you can do it all with one finger. You don't need one finger to focus and one finger to shoot. You can just autofocus. Assuming this is an autofocus lens, you could just like autofocus, click, 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 click. Yes, it's good if you're trying to kind of stop a light blowing away or something with your spare hand. So one question you may have is, how easy is it to manually focus, especially with fast lenses such as this 35mm f1.2? So with the camera turned on, you bring the camera to your eye, and then there's two dials on the top of the camera. So there's two dials on the camera. When you're focusing, you roll this dial once, twice. And what that does is it zooms in the image 2 times closer. And so personally, I bring the camera to my eye, 1 click, 2 click, critically compose, take my shot. I find it really easy. As a portrait photographer, I just zoom in on the closest eye, critically focus, looking at the eyelashes or the side of the pupil, take my shot. It's really quick. Even myself that's short-sighted, it is so easy to critically focus accurately. You don't need any of the kind of devices or aids or diopters. It's super simple and it's a really nice way to focus. So you'll have no problems whatsoever. Let me know in the comments if you're a fellow Leica CL user, and if you use an autofocus lens, which autofocus lens or lenses do you use? Or if you prefer manual focus lenses like myself, what's your kind of go-to manual focus lens on the Leica CL camera? If you enjoyed this video, I'd love you to hit the like button, turn it blue as they say, and if you've not yet subscribed to the channel, please subscribe below. I've been releasing 2 videos each week on YouTube, but because they're not on set days, by turning on your notifications, it means you won't miss out on future videos. A big thank you to my 50+ patrons, and back soon with more videos. Bye.